Justice is not served by silence. I'm Bill Snodgrass. Welcome to this episode. That's what we're going to talk about in this episode. We're talking about justice and the responsibility of people to speak up and see that justice is served. Silence never serves the cause of justice. Now, I know I said never. I said never serves. And I suppose that someone could argue some kind of a situation where not saying something would be the thing to do in order to see that justice prevails. But I think most of us would agree that the typical situation is where something unjust is happening, people know about it, and they say nothing. Where people keep their mouths closed, they keep their silence, and allow the injustice to continue. And that's what I'm talking about in this video. In the school situation, we have an issue of what we call bullying. We talk about bullying a lot, and the responsibility of the people who they call bystanders. We ask the bystanders to step up and make a difference. We ask the bystanders, the people who are not directly involved in the situation, to be the ones who take the responsibility of seeing that the bullying comes to an end. Now, this is a great principle for all causes of justice. I don't think it's really necessary for me to rattle off a bunch of examples of things that are unjust or unjust. I think that there's plenty of those that most people can call to mind several things. Dealing with justice in the workplace, justice economically, justice on a global market scale, justice in the court of law. The silence of people who see things that aren't right allows those things to continue. I'm going to show a quote up here. The gist of the quote is that for evil to prevail, the good people need only do nothing. And that applies directly to this video. For evil to prevail, for injustice to prevail, requires only the silence of those who would otherwise step up and say something. So what is the takeaway? What is the action to which this video is calling you? Well, I think this one's pretty simple. I think the call to action for this one is for you to speak up, for you to not stand by and let someone, bullies don't just stay in high school. I've been in work situations where there were co-workers who acted in the same manner as a bully. I've seen employers and supervisors, and I've heard stories of employers and supervisors who treat different employees quite differently. These are workplace examples of injustice. So the call to action for this video is, don't let that happen. Don't stand by and do nothing when speaking up could make a difference. Speaking up could make a difference. That's all for this episode. I hope this was enjoyable. If it was, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, sign up for notifications, leave me a comment, a question, maybe a story about a time that you stood up and spoke up and you were the voice calling for justice. That's all for this episode. I will see you in the next one.